The 17th Annual National Catholic Prayer Breakfast is being held tomorrow morning in Washington, D.C. The breakfast was established in 2004 in response to Pope John Paul II's call for the new evangelization. Every year, more than 1,000 people travel to the nation's capital to pray for the country. And joining me now is Mark Randall, Director and Event Chairman for the National Catholic Prayer Breakfast. Mark, welcome. Good to be with you. Give us a little insight as what we can expect from the National Catholic Prayer Breakfast tomorrow.
Sure. Well, the event actually kicks off tonight with a Mass at the John Paul II Shrine, followed by our VIP reception. We used to hold that downtown, but we're excited. It's up here in Northeast today, actually, where I'm at here in my office. But then things kick off early tomorrow morning, as they always do. We begin at 7 a.m. We've got a great gallery of what we call our Catholic apostolates. We've got about 40 different booths of Catholic vendors and apostolates. It's a great place to shop around before the breakfast starts. The program kicks off. We'll be going through all of our usual elements. It's so great to be back in person after being virtual last year. We haven't been together since 2019, so we're thrilled with that. We've got our keynote speaker, Bishop Stephen Lopes from the Ordinariate of the Chair of St. Peter down in Houston, Texas. He's going to be our keynote. But we've also got remarks coming from Jeff Cavins. We're also going to be honoring the Sisters of Life on their 30th anniversary of their founding.
Yeah, very exciting. A lot going on. You mentioned being together again in person since last year was virtual. Can you talk a little bit more about that and the importance of it?
Sure. I mean, I don't think I have to explain to anybody that the difficulty of being virtual in the Zoom world we live in now. It was okay for a while, but there's nothing that really replaces the ability for us and the blessing for us to be together. You know, Christ said, "Where two or three are gathered, there I am also." And maybe he meant virtually, but I think he meant side by side. And so, you know, this event has had as many as 1,900 people at it. This year, we're about 1,000. COVID is affecting it. There are a few people we know that are not yet comfortable coming and being together, but we are following all the precautions here in D.C. But nothing replaces being together, praying together. We will be masked, unfortunately, tomorrow. That's one of the rules we have to follow. But I've talked to so many people, and they are so excited just to be back in that ballroom together at tables of 10. It's really a Catholic reunion, and we're really excited.
Yeah, it really is really exciting. Looking forward to it. Can you also talk, Mark, about how the prayer breakfast really fulfills Pope John Paul II's call for the new evangelization?
Sure. You know, our founder, Joe Sella, back in 2004, he had been going to the National Prayer Breakfast, which is a fine event. But he said, you know, hey, we're Catholics. We can do this. We can come together. But there had never really been any event like that in Washington. It was strictly a prayer event. I get asked a lot, isn't this a political event? Well, it is in Washington, here in our nation's capital. It's hard to do anything with having somewhat of a political flavor to it, or at least overshadowing. But really, this event has two sole purposes: to pray for one another, to pray for our country, which includes our political leaders. And it's really just that simple. It's not a complicated thing, but I think that's part of what St. John Paul II was asking us to do. Find what he said, new ways of ardor and enthusiasm to spread the gospel, to witness the gospel message to one another, as Christ gave us the commission to do those many years ago.
Yeah, and you know, as you mentioned, a lot going on at the breakfast. Also, going to be giving out a very special award. Can you talk to us about that and what that award signifies?
Sure. This is our Christe Fidelis Laici Award. This is the third award we've given out. It started just a couple of years ago. And this really recognizes those individuals who have really put their light on a pedestal, who really have allowed their Catholic faith to shine professionally, personally, throughout their career, their personal lives. Our recipient this year is incredibly deserving, but there are some security issues involved for his own safety that we're not allowed to announce that just yet until tomorrow morning. I think once your viewers hear who it is, you'll understand why we're doing that. But we are thrilled with the honoree this year. And we have so many other folks that we want to honor this with. So we've got a long list. So stay tuned for that. But it's a tremendous honor, we believe, and we're looking forward to presenting it tomorrow morning.
All right, Mark, thank you so much. We're looking forward to it as well. And really quickly, probably 20 seconds left, but what are you looking most forward to tomorrow?
Oh, I think just being back together with people. There's nothing like being in a room of 1,000 Catholics praying the Divine Mercy Chaplet together, praying with priests, seeing religious around the room, people from all walks of life. It's, as I said, it's going to be a great Catholic reunion, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, Mark. Mark Randall, Director and Event Chairman for the National Catholic Prayer Breakfast. Looking forward to tomorrow. And you can watch the National Catholic Prayer Breakfast right here on EWTN tomorrow. Coverage begins at 7 a.m. Eastern, live from the Marriott Marquis Hotel in Washington, D.C. EWTN's Pro-Life Weekly's Catherine Hadra will join me to bring you coverage that is tomorrow morning on EWTN.